Have you ever scrolled through TikTok or Instagram and suddenly you've been hit with a wave of people showing off their miracle weight loss drugs? They're injecting Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Zepbound on camera and calling themselves Shotfluencers. But what's really going on here? Is this educational? Is this entertainment? Or is it exploitation? Today, we're diving into this strange world where medicine meets social media fame. Hi, I'm Lori, and this is GLP-1 Journey in Review. Let's start off with the basics. We all know that they were created for a type 2 diabetic, and people noticed quickly that they also lost weight. So suddenly, people were using them for weight loss. Millions of people were using them worldwide. But while doctors and researchers are still debating the long term risks, TikTok, Instagram, and even Facebook have already crowned a new class of influencers, the shotfluencers. These people like to film their weekly injections, talk about side effects, brag about their before and after photos, and rack up thousands, sometimes millions of views. For some, it's sharing their journey. For others, it's growing their brand. For companies, it's about advertising. Let's face it, this channel right here is a GLP-1 channel. I'm not selling anything. I'm not showing all my before and after pictures. I'm just trying to give you information so that you can make informed decisions. So, why do these shotfluencers exist? The answer is simple. People are obsessed with transformation stories. Social media thrives on visible, dramatic change. A quick injection with a thin pen, 20-pound weight loss in a few months, and boom, you've got content that sells hope. There's also reliability factor. Unlike celebrities that can afford the private chefs, shopfluencers, they're everyday people. They're moms, they're dads, they're students, they're office workers. By showing themselves on camera, holding that pen, they make GLP-1 users feel normal. It feels accessible. And the world of social media, normal is powerful. If you open up TikTok right now and search Ozempic shot, you'll find people doing injection day routines, showing them poking themselves, and giving mini updates on their progress. Hashtags like Ozempic journey, hashtag Monjaro results, hashtag weight loss have millions of views. I even use some of these hashtags. Some of these creators are genuine, vulnerable, and helpful. Hopefully, I fall in the helpful category. They share side effects, struggles, fatigue, or awareness of explaining their shot at family dinners. Others treat it almost like a lifestyle brand. Cute music, trendy outfits, filters, a little pen becoming a prop, and just another beauty product. Let's give credit where credit is due. Shopfluencers have actually helped a lot of people. When we're scared about starting a new medication, it can be comforting to see someone easily, openly using it. You realize you're not alone. That also spreads awareness. A few years ago, most people have never even heard of a GLP-1. Now, because of these creators, everyone from your neighbors to your boss have some idea what Ozempic is. That awareness has pushed conversations about obesity, diabetes, and insurance access into the mainstream. And that's a good thing. But there's a flip side. Not all of it is good. Some shopfluencers glamorize the process. They skip over the nausea, constipation, fatigue, the hair loss. They highlight only the glow up and skip the grind. That creates a false expectation, especially for younger viewers who don't realize that there are serious consequences of prescription medication and real risks. There's also the issue of when your weight loss journey becomes content. You're not just healing your body, you're building a brand, and brands crave results. The pressure can lead shopfluencers to exaggerate processes, hide setbacks, and chase quick fixes to get lots of views. And let's not pretend this is all grassroots. Big Pharma is watching. While drug companies legally can't pay people to promote prescription meds on TikTok the same way that they do makeup, protein shakes, there's blurry lines here. Some shopfluencers already get sponsorships from wellness apps, telehealth platforms, or even med spa clinics selling compounded versions. In other words, what looks like a personal journey may actually be part of a marketing strategy. And the more the views roll in, the more likely you'll see professional shopfluencers rise up the way fitness influencers and beauty influencers did. There's another layer to this, the psychological trap. When you share your injection, your weight loss online, you invite constant commentary. People cheer when you lose 5 pounds. But what happens if you gain it back? What happens if you quit the medication? Suddenly your brand isn't just about health, it's about performance, and performance comes with pressure. Some ex shopfluencers have already deleted their accounts after backlash about weight gain and side effects forced them to stop. This shows how fragile the influencer category really is. Now let's talk about community shopfluencers have entire subcultures online. They trade tips about nausea, recipes for protein shakes, hacks to avoid Ozempic face. That's powerful. But some of these communities are cult territory. When community crosses into cult, people stop thinking critically, and that can be dangerous when you're talking about medicine. So, where does this go? Well, shopfluencers are only getting started. As people start GLP-1 as new agonists hit the market, expect even more content. We may even see professional partnerships where influencers legally disclose sponsorships promoting their shot day routine. But here's the question, will this actually help patients or just turn private medical care into another social media hustle? At the end of the day, shopfluence reflect the world we live in, a world where health journeys double as entertainment and where medical needles, some of it is troubling. And like all things social media, it's a mix of truth and performance and marketing. So the next time you see somebody filming their weekly injection, ask yourself, am I watching a patient sharing their story, or am I just watching an ad in disguise? If you found this breakdown helpful at all, please hit that like and share your thoughts in the comments. Please hit that subscribe button. It really does help. So it'll let me give you more deep dives into GLP-1 medication, culture, and the future of health.